Hey guys, welcome back to Exposing Chemistry. In part 1, we unraveled the bizarre origins of this so called science, alchemy, miracles, and Henning Brand's golden experiment. Now, in part 2, we turn our attention to Joseph Priestley, the man who discovered oxygen but also believed in invisible spirits, supported weird pseudoscience, and once thought carbonation could cure diseases. Was Priestley a scientific genius or just another dreamer caught up in the illogical whirlwind of this early chemistry? From his unorthodox methods to his very questionable theories, we will dig deep into how this eccentric figure shaped the foundations of modern chemistry. So get ready because the story only gets stranger from here. Let's talk about Joseph Priestley. Priestley's mother died when he was 6 years old, so his aunt adopted him. Although he never received any formal education, he was a linguistic genius, fluent in French, Italian, German, Greek, Latin, Arabic, and Syrian, but he stammered while speaking. From his early childhood, weird things attracted him. He wrote biographies of many great people and was given the title of Doctor of Law. Hey, brother, how could you give this title to a person who has done work in literature? Don't be very much shocked, as such things are going to happen throughout the story. Once he met Benjamin Franklin in London, and he got so interested in electricity that he himself proved the inverse square law and wrote a book on history of electricity. So guys, are you thinking, initially I called this man weird and janky and then I'm praising him? Nah. This was just to show you that brilliant minds could be freakier than you could ever imagine. Now let's expose this freak thoroughly. Picture this. It's 1767 and Joseph Priestley is hanging out near a brewery in Leeds. Now most people would just enjoy the smell of beer or maybe drink some. But not our boy Priestley. For him, this brewery wasn't just a place of beer. For him, it was his science playground. One day he noticed all this mysterious gas was wafting out of the beer vats. Oh no! He looked at that brewery and thought, what if I could capture the farts of beer? The gas, by the way, was carbon dioxide, which is everywhere, literally in the air around us. But did Priestley think to use that? Of course not. He decided the best place to get his CO2 was from the beer fumes. Why? Because why not? If you are going to do science, you might as well do it somewhere that smells like hops and dreams. So he gets to work. He suspends a bowl of water above the fermenting beer vats, letting all the carbon dioxide burp its way into the beer. And guess what? It worked. The water became fizzy, like beer's sober little cousin. Priestley tested it, probably half expecting it to taste like beer, and declared it a marvel of science. After which he really thought carbonation could cure diseases. If there was one thing Joseph Priestley loved more than soda water, it was gases. The man was obsessed. He didn't just stumble onto oxygen, Priestley went on a full blown gas discovery spree. It was like Pokemon for him. He wanted to catch them all. Priestley discovered several different gases like nitrogen, oxygen, carbon monoxide, hydrogen chloride, which he called marine acid air, sulfur dioxide, nitrous oxide. Nitrous oxide! The laughing gas. Just remind me about it later. First, let's just see the discovery of oxygen. In 1774, Priestley heated a lump of mercuric oxide, releasing a mysterious gas. He called it dephlogisticated air. But here is a twist. He didn't even understand the significance of what he had found. Priestley was working under a totally wrong theory of phlogiston. The idea was that all the flammable materials contain a magical substance released during combustion. After discovering oxygen, he did several experiments. He inhaled the gas himself, put mouse in the gas, then put other mouse in normal air, and found that the mouse in the air he discovered lived longer than the mouse in the normal air. Later, he used mint plant and a candle in his experiment, and then proved that plants release oxygen. Such a big discovery, right? He did many experiments with oxygen because bro was feeling very good that day. He was like, yeah, this air seems good to me. Let's experiment on this. But he never ever touched the laughing gas. He didn't inhale such a beautiful gas even after making it in laboratory. He would be like, this air doesn't look interesting. Let's move to the next. Later, Humphrey Davy inhaled the gas and told the world its uses. If you are thinking Davy was a very smart scientist, yes, he actually was, but he was one step ahead of Priestley in being janky. He organized laughing parties where people inhaled the laughing gas and would just lay laughing. Oh shit. Priestley missed the chance to host these laughing parties. Priestley wasn't just an experimentalist, he was also deeply philosophical. He believed in invisible spirits and had some pretty creative ideas about the universe. It's clear his approach was more trial and error than logic and rigor. Priestley also supported the French Revolution. In 1794, he had to flee to America as the Reign of Terror had started in France, and in Britain, he was made a target of persecution because of his political and philosophical views. So, Priestley was a genius or just another lucky dreamer? Sure, he made important discoveries, but his methods and beliefs remind us just how messy and illogical origins of chemistry really were. In the end, history of chemistry is full of wild experiments, strange belief, and questionable logic. But hey, it makes a great story, doesn't it? Stick around for part 3 where we will uncover even more bizarre tales from the early days of this so-called science. Don't forget to like, subscribe and comment below your thoughts.